Hi everybody. So the conflict that I'm going to be addressing today and telling you guys about is actually one that is occurring in the world today, and has been occurring since about 2014, this ongoing conflict. So it takes place in Egypt. It takes place between the Egyptian president Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and a terrorist organization that was led by someone named Wilayat Sinai. So basically what is occurring is this terrorist group do not want the Islamic community in Egypt to be able to express their religion freely. They don't want them there. They're against them being there, and things like that. However, the president of Egypt has formed an arrangement to where, they have an allegiance. So they get along with the Islamic community. They are not going to attack them, that they are safe there. And like I said, this terrorist group do not want them there. So what's been occurring are these attacks on mosques and other churches, as well as having a plane being drowned because it was attacked, killing over 200 people. So there have been many attacks that have been occurring since 2014. And so this president has been reelected time and time again because he's been sending military to, get rid of this terrorist group. And one of the main effects that is taking place, well, first, the issues with this is that obviously this is a political issue. Taking a stance on what you believe in and making it a part of how this whole country is run and who is allowed and who's not allowed, as well as, prejudice, because they're discriminating, this terrorist group is discriminating against, the Islamic community. And it's saying like, we don't want you here. We're only going to attack you. So it's a very discriminatory action that is occurring. Another one of the major conflicts with this terrorist issue itself is that Muslims are going to go seek refuge on other borders. And it's a concern for the United States because we have an arrangement with Egypt and Israel and Libya, and all those have to do with our regional allies and the financial money and political instability that is going to be occurring if people are constantly getting run out of the country and people are living in fear of this terrorist group. So that also causes a larger issue in itself. Not just the war, not just the fighting and the dying, but also all this economics, the finances. If people are scared to go out, they're not going to be able to buy things. If people are dying, the market's going to go down and people are going to leave the country. And that's going to affect our allies, and that's going to affect how we are able to help them, or let alone how much money then we're going to put into them and the surrounding countries. So it can actually do a lot more damage than just within its own country. So as this conflict obviously has not been resolved yet, the way I can see this ending is a couple ways. So the first way that I think how it's typically gonna go is that what's going to happen is that people are going to be seeking refuge and they're going to be leaving the country. And in return, we're going to have a financial difficulty within Egypt. And that is going to also merge over to its surrounding countries like Libya and Israel. And I think what's going to happen is the US is going to have to put more money, a lot more money, into our allies and increase military personnel in these countries. And that can either get them back on track and take out the terrorist group, or it's going to cause us to be in a war and a conflict as well in foreign soil that people are going to wonder if it's our place or not. So I think in the end, it'll work out, but I think it's going to end with a lot of death and with a lot of money loss and a lot of conflict around all of these countries and with us. And it's gonna take a big hit not only on them but on us as well. And for any citizens in the US, it's gonna be, why are we involved? So I think that overall, conflicts will end up resolving, but then again, I think they'll still continue to form because you can't get rid of everybody. So that's how I think it's gonna end. And my peace building practice that I think it would be able to correlate with is being able to see how people with different backgrounds and who come from different places in the world can have a better way of communicating and negotiating to be able to come to a common agreement. And that way death and lives can be spared. And also being able to use that negotiation skills and be able to read body language and become more educated on the other cultures and how our nonverbal and verbal skills can be used to more proactively engage with them. So I think that's a really big thing that's going to come from this conflict, is being able to learn from the mistakes made and what they can do going forward to where all these people are not dying because of a disagreement, and to be able to resolve the terrorist groups quicker and more efficiently. Thank you.